There's a kind of hush across Melbourne Park, a silence about to be shattered. The Scream Queen is making a racket. Newt claims it's illegal. Fans are turning down the volume, and this pilot reckons all he can hear in his headphones is... Welcome to Maria Sharapova's happy grunting ground. Her scrunt, half squeal, half grunt, will be under scrutiny again today. But she'll be getting more feedback from the blinding backhand of Justine Henin-Ardenne. In the other semi-final, Kim Clijsters will come up against Amelie Mauresmo. The two former players of women's tennis, both past finalists, striving to win this title. It's going to be another day of classic contests on Rod Laver Arena.
It can be a walk to glory, but it must be a strange walk sometimes.
You know, it's a great walk. You've got those nerves, but you need those nerves to get up. You need to have that adrenaline in it, just so it doesn't drain you.
And the champions either side of them, the men's and women's champions. So Justine Henin-Ardenne with Maria Sharapova behind them. They've had a while to think about it. They played 2 days ago. A long time to think about this encounter. When Henin-Ardenne has got to this stage of a Grand Slam in the last 3 years, she's gone on to win at the US in 2003, here in 2004, and at Roland Garros in 2005. And for Sharapova, quite a few semi-finals now since that famous win at Wimbledon in 2004.
Yeah, Sharapova last year had a very successful year, but she lost to the eventual Grand Slam winner every Grand Slam last year.
Including here, Tracy, when she had match points against Serena Williams on the same day last year.
And she said a couple of days after that she forgot about that. You know, that's something that she left everything that she had out on the court. If she goes on and never wins the Australian, 10 years from now she might think about it more, but it's not on her mind now.
Thanks for that, Tracy. Well, both the women are ready to go onto the Rod Laver Arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, women's semi-final action here on Rod Laver Arena. Would you welcome the 8th seed in the championship from Belgium, Justine Henin-Ardenne. And your opponent, the 4th seed in the championship from Russia, Maria Sharapova.
Well, two great stars in women's sport, aren't they? 18-year-old Russian and the 23-year-old Belgian. And the scene has been set. So we join our commentators, Alicia Molik, who nearly got to this day last year. She was oh so close, and she's joined by Karen Pratt.
Thanks, Bruce. Yes, would have been nice if you got through to a semi, Alicia, but boy oh boy, quarterfinal was pretty good.
I was pretty satisfied. It was the first time I'd been in a quarterfinal, and no doubt both of these girls have experienced this type of stage a number of times. So they'd be feeling very at home today, and no doubt pretty pleased and happy that the roof is closed.
Well, such hot conditions outside and also very windy. We saw that Maria didn't enjoy the conditions in the wind when she played Nadia Petrova. So I thought the feeling that'll suit Justine.
I think so, and today they may have warmed up indoors to try and get used to the conditions here today with the roof closed, but they would have warmed up. It is slightly breezy outside, but Maria's been in great form. I saw her against Petrova the other day, and Henin, no doubt, in the best form of her life. So I think we can expect a mental battle today. They're both hitting the ball equally as well.
Well, quite amazing that Justine has come out and played so well here in Australia. She's won 9 matches when you count her Sydney title, and she came here thinking she wasn't going to play that well because she's a little out of rhythm, hadn't played many matches, and she surprised herself. Here's a look at Maria Sharapova. Of course, was #1 last year in about August. She's now down to #4, seeded 4th here at the championship, and 10 career titles to her credit. The biggest, of course, 2004 Wimbledon. She's come through pretty well. A couple of close matches there towards the end. Hantukova and Petrova really tested her. Maria wasn't happy with the way she served and the number of unforced errors, but I think the conditions will help her a lot out there indoors.
And the steely Belgian, Justine Henin-Hardenne, only 23 years of age. She's won 4 Grand Slam titles. And funnily enough, the last time she won the Sydney International event, she actually came to Melbourne and won the Australian Open. So I think we may just see a repeat of that. But I think the telling sign is beating someone like Davenport in the quarterfinal, 6-3 in the third set. That was one of the finest matches I'd seen Davenport play, and Henin was just purely too good.
She just wrested control of that match back from Lindsay. Force of character, such a fighter. So this promises to be a wonderful match. The umpire for this match, Sandra Jenkin, and stay with us when we come back to see who will win this battle of former number ones. Well, a sweltering 36 degrees, those blue skies in Melbourne, also fairly windy. But inside here, relatively cool in the mid-20s. I'm sure the crowd will appreciate it as much as the players. Henin-Hardenne versus Sharapova. What a wonderful prospect this match is. They've met 3 times before, and on each of those occasions, it was all last year, those 3 meetings. Maria won the first one, but it was back in March when Justine had just come back after 7 months out of the game. Sharapova won in 3 sets, and then twice Justine won in straight sets. So pretty familiar with each other's games just in the last 12 months. Both incredible fighters. But Alicia, what do you think is going to make the difference today?
Well, I think today Justine will have the edge. Now, she has the ability to hit very heavy shots. Not only that, but she can flatten out her second shot. Now, that's something Maria isn't very comfortable with. I think Justine will cut down Maria's court time in moving to balls. She'll drag her wide from left to right, left to right. And not only that, but Justine has a great ability to volley at net and to close out points. I think we're going to see Maria running side to side, covering almost double the ground of Henin-Hardenne today.
Maria, both of them certainly hit the ball awfully hard. Who do you think's got the more pace?
Well, I think Sharapova's may sound louder, but I think Henin has the heavier ball. She has more spin on it. She gets more top spin. She gets lower. Maria, of course, has the grunt, so that may help her out today.
Do you think?
Oh, the acoustics of this stadium today, the roof is closed. It's very hot. So that may play into the hands of Maria. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think the shriek is getting a little out of control. I think particularly indoors, the crowd here will find it rather overpowering. I've spoken to a lot of people who don't like watching, or rather listening to Maria. Like a game, but just don't like the sound. So the first of the ladies' semi-finals, Sharapova
ready,
serving.
play.
That's why both girls were out in the undercover car park, jogging around, not warming up together, of course, but they are ready to go.
Well, they know what to expect from each other. They know it's a tough mission out here.
40 low.
You've really got to be adaptable at this Grand Slam event. One day you might be playing outdoors in heat and wind, next day indoors. Certainly got a different sound about it out there when the roof is closed.
Now that's smart play by Helen Harden. There's not too many female players that have that shot, that short chip. They coax their opponent into net. Maria, no doubt, wouldn't have seen it in her previous round. So I think it's a pattern we may see further into the match.
Power on that return from Justine. In a match against Lindsay, there were a heap of breaks of serve. And both of them set off the match. They were both returning so well, being aggressive on each other's serves.
Game, Sharapova.
Sharapova holds serve in the opening game.
Seven's Australian Open telecast is made possible by Medibank Privates. I feel better now. LG, life's good. Wattle ID, Wattle on Australia, and Garnier, partner of the Australian Open.
Maria Sharapova, happy to get away to a good start, hold serve. Now Ina Arden, she's been in great form here in Australia. Justine had 4 months off since the US Open, only really played one match, lost to Panetta at Filderstad 3 months before she played in Sydney. Went on safari in Africa, had a bit of a break, and then tried to rehabilitate as far as the hamstring injury that had kept her out.
Safari?
Yeah, she said an adventure safari, something totally different. Huge serve. And going down at 180.
It's not all about size, but timing. Helen's one of the best timers on the tour. It's where she generates all her pace.
Well, Sharapova too was in doubt before this tournament. She withdrew from the Gold Coast with a right shoulder injury. It had been a chest injury throughout the end of last year that had caused her some problems. Found out that it was a dislocated rib. It was the cause of it all. She too pleasantly surprised with the way she's been able to go through this tournament without too much pain in the shoulder.
I've noticed both girls are serving into each other's bodies. Now, what that enables them to do is to cut down their opponent's angle off the return. It means for Justine that Maria will probably direct her ball towards the direction of Justine. She won't have to move too much to retrieve the next ball.
30 all.
And so far in this match, only in the second game, we haven't really heard a squeak from Maria. No grunt, no shriek.
No, just warming up. Now that's a perfect display of the perfect combination for Justine there. She drew Sharapova off the court using the heaviness of her shot. That was the 1-2 punch we see there, flattening the forehand out, moving up to the ball.
And a left-handed shot then from Maria. Said this week she'd played left-handed as a 10 and 11-year-old for about a year.
Game in Ardennes.
A big hitting out there in the Ardennes hold serve. We're at 1 apiece.
1 game all.
Incredible intensity levels already out there in this match, but when you get to a semi-final stage of a Grand Slam, that's what you expect.
There we see that body serve again. Sharapova just jamming Henin Ardennes. There was no chance she could move away from that, make clean contact with the ball. Smart play.
Out. 30-15.
And the call coming from chair umpire Sandra Jenkin. Definitely out, but Henin Ardennes had to play on in that point till she got the call. I think surprised by the spin on Sharapova's serve there. But clearly mistimed, misjudged that ball. It's quite a strange. Rackets seem to go around in a hand.
First service.
Big serve from Sharapova. She holds serve. Leads 2-1.
Tonight,
The latest on Victoria's Australia Day bushfire crisis, towns in the Grampians, Gippsland and north of Melbourne under threat, and a pioneer in cervical cancer research, Australian of the Year.
7 News, tonight at 6.
Reverend Walter Goodfellow has a lot on his mind, and so does his neglected wife.
Bend to the ball.
But now their lives are about to change thanks to a new housekeeper whose methods always get results. To celebrate the release of the wickedly funny Keeping Mum, starring Rowan Atkinson, Maggie Smith, Kristen Scott Thomas and Patrick Swayze, Inside Vacations are giving you and a friend the chance to win an 8-day country roads tour of Scotland, including return airfares. For your chance to win, simply remember the secret word and grab your copy of this week's new idea.
Have you thought about sex?
Been here long?
It's been a while.
We met here.
That was before we had the kids.
ANZ's reducing queue times. That's one of the reasons we won the Best of the Best award for service excellence. More convenient banking.
Please. Thank you.
Impressive start from both players. This first of the women's semi-finals. And Arden getting a good number of first serves in her opening game, 86%. She's sitting on at the moment. Sharapova not doing so well, not getting a lot of first serves in, but still holding serve.
I'm not sure if any of you remember, but I watched Justine's first round. She played a very scratchy match. I thought that was a good sign. The sign of a champion is when they can step it up again. She's certainly finding form in the later stages of this tournament.
I think she has a habit of relatively slow starts in the Grand Slams. As you say, stepping it up when she needs it. She really had to start the season very sharply, playing Martina Hingis first round in Sydney. Won that in straight sets. Wonderful defensive lob from Justine in the middle of that point to get herself right back into it.
Well, clearly inside the line. It's hard when you're playing because you always hope it's going to land out.
Maria not happy with that lines person on the far side of the court from the chair umpire.
I think she was just saying good afternoon.
Not really.
Game in Arden.
Another solid service game from the Belgian. Levels it at 2-all. And we still have not heard the Sharapova shriek. Very quiet out there. And that is unusual.
15 love.
Well, she's going to have to do a lot more of that because Justine is extremely fast, one of the quickest players, one of the quickest women.
Ball called good, and the shriek is going.
30 love.
I think one reason Justine is so good, and a lot of people do forget, is that she has one of the best defensive games on tour. She's extremely strong in range. A lot of girls don't have that. They don't have that addition to their game. Justine not only has the aggressive play, but she can mix it up.
And by that end range, you're talking in a defensive situation, being able to push that bit further and come up with that special shot.
Not just push it back, but push it back with authority. Now, when she runs out for a backhand slice on her back foot stretch wide, she knows exactly what she's doing with the ball. It's not purely to get it in. She has intention.
None of the top players push anything back these days. One of the big differences that Hingis has even noted. Pressure.
Well, I think Sharapova tried to surf to Justine's body there, but she really had to put something on it. Bit of a sitting duck right there, asking to be hit. It was punished, got what it deserved.
What a terrific response from Sharapova here.
Dragged out wide, but she didn't hesitate.
Game, Sharapova.
Another solid game. Sharapova holds serve. She leads 3-2. Quality tennis out here between Justine and Maria. Two wonderful players. Two great stories as well. Maria Sharapova, very well-known story. Only a decade ago, she was arriving in the United States with her dad. Very little money in their pockets. Over there trying to make it in the world of tennis at the age of 8. Got a scholarship at Nick Bollettieri's Tennis Academy in Florida. And Maria had to leave her mum behind in Russia for 2 years while she was over there with Dad.
Oh,
great depth from Anna Arden. It's an amazing story, isn't it? A family, like she came from Siberia originally. They had to move because of Chernobyl. Went to Moscow, and then she was playing some pretty good tennis very early on at 5 and 6. And there is Rod Laver, one of the all-time greats in tennis. Aussie who won the Grand Slam. And great to see him here. He'll have a job to do come men's finals time. He'll be presenting the trophy to the winner. Super play.
Justine generating all her power from her outside leg. You can see she stays pretty stable but uses her rotation, her trunk rotation. She uncoils herself.
Well, that is beautiful to watch. The famed backhand of Anna Arden. Lovely to see the single-handed backhand. And hers one of the best examples of it.
And not for sale either. Still have to admire the way Sharapova goes about her tennis. She doesn't give much away to the opponent. She takes her time between points. Shows a lot of authority out there on the court. I think she's been bred for success, for number one, groomed for it. So she's prepared for this all her life.
Let's first service.
I think you're dead right there. Maria said it's her job. Tennis isn't her life, but it is her career. It's what she's thought since she was very, very young.
Career woman, I like that.
Career girl. Only 18 now. Arden holds serve. Still no breaks in this match. It's 3 apiece.
Quiet, please. After the tennis, the most amazing sporting event on the planet, will Australia bring home more gold? Let the games begin. Time, February 11 on 7.
Sport happening all round the globe on 7. Here in Melbourne with the heat. And then over there we'll be having the ice and snow. Look forward to it.
The girls are almost playing, or women I should say, almost playing perfect tennis out there. It's taking one of them to come up with a special shot. Justine here trying for a drop shot, but they're not giving anything away for free.
You jinxed her.
Well, there's that in range, that display from Helen Arden. She was stretched out wide to the backhand side. Just her upper body strength, getting the ball back, forcing Sharapova to hit another ball. Sometimes that's enough.
Wow. 13-15.
It is wonderful watching the way Justine hits the ball. She's not tall, but she's very strong. Just the way her body uncoils. That movement is so dynamic.
And she has perfect weight transference. It's something to take note of, to have a look at.
Breathtaking point again here. What a finish.
Just incredible, almost hitting that from the Melbourne side. Great upper body strength here. You see Justine throwing her left arm back, maintaining contact with the ground on her left leg.
Just missing, and that brings up the first break point in this match for either player.
13-14.
Neither have been threatened on serve yet. So first chance here for Justine. And there is the first break of serve, 4-3, Anna Arden. Anna Arden with a break of serve. Maria letting a little bit of her frustration show. Doesn't do that too often. We've had a couple of moths in here in the bunker. Now Maria's got a problem with a moth out there on court.
Henin with just fantastic placement. I think Maria was guessing the ball was coming in towards her body. It's been the pattern Henin's displayed so far.
Second double fault for Justine. In the last 2 years, she really has improved her serve. Got a lot more pace on it. Can do a lot more with it. Went through a time there of serving quite a few double faults, so she changed it. Yuri Sharapov, Maria's father and coach. Justine's turn to take her time. Point right here. He's got the first break of serve and wants to consolidate. Sharapova attacking that slightly shorter ball.
And break points only come along so often against Justine Henin-Hardenne.
Sharapova gets the break back. It's 4-all.
Tonight, the merry men of Greek gospel return as their Cypriot superman, Markos Bagdatis, plays David Nalbandian for a spot in the final.
All that action tonight, and don't forget, coming up right after this first semi-final, the second of the women's semi-finals, Kim Clijsters, the new world number 1, up against Amelie Mauresmo.
Sharapova just flattening that forehand out, moving forward, catching the ball on the rise, which is very important, of course. If you are making your way to the net, you want to cut down the time the ball takes to get from your opponent to your racket.
Carlos Rodriguez on right of screen there in the red shirt. Justine's long-time coach. Excellent return with good depth from Henin-Hardenne. Justine just doing everything she could to get that next ball back.
15. And the score doesn't lie. Sharapova with a total of 25 points won, as opposed to Henin-Hardenne's 24.
Nothing in it.
First double fault. I think Marie can forgive herself for that.
Pretty tight times right there out on court though.
30-40.
Well, they both know how important break points are. That's when we see both girls being vocal. I think Helen Harden just bombarding Sharapova there with too many deep balls.
This match is just great to watch. The intensity, the returning. So much heart here from both players, and Enna Ardern producing the goods.
And that's what's difficult when you play her. Just when you think you're getting a grip of the point, she'll come up with a shot like that. I think Justine's backhand is the deadlier of the two. I think opponents don't read it so well, not as much as her forehand anyway. Which is why she catches a lot of people out. She's great at disguise.
Second break point saved in this game. Good serve from Sharapova. That forehand down the line. Just catching Enna Ardern. Sharapova holds serve. She leads 5-4.
Prize.
Quickly, thank you.
Justine Enna Ardern serving to try and stay in this opening set.
Smart serve out wide. I think Sharapova's more consistent on her backhand side. Has the tendency to pull up on her forehand sometimes.
Choosing to leave that ball, and it dropped in. And it's a left-handed winner from Sharapova.
I think a hot shot right there.
What can't she do? She can hit winners right-handed and left-handed. Justine's coach Carlos at a loss as to why she didn't hit that ball.
Oh, I love this display. They're making each other work so hard out there. Someone has to win the point. That's a quality of tennis that's being played today. I think very fitting with the round that they're in, the semi-final.
Such a fighter, Sharapova. Really wants this. Has worked her way to 2 set points. Nothing in this first set. Had a break apiece. Justine appealing that call, and rightly so. And on the other side of the court from Sandra Djenkin in the chair, tough one for her to overrule. Unlucky. And there is the first set to Maria Sharapova, 6 games to 4. Here are the stats from the first set, and not much in that, Alicia.
Not much in it at all. I think Unforced Terrace obviously very close. I think Sharapova needs to get into the net a little more. She's been incredibly successful when she has moved forward. It's just so even. That was anyone's set. 33 points for Maria Sharapova to Justine Henin-Arden's 28. So when 5's the difference, you can see how tied these two girls are.
Second set, Sharapova Justine. Love 15.
And quite interestingly, Karen, when Sharapova wins the first set in a Grand Slam, or as past she has done, she has a record of 37-2, as opposed to Hannah Harden losing the first set. She has a record of 7-16, so in Sharapova's favour by far today.
At the moment, Sharapova just seems to have an answer for everything that Justine's throwing at her. Creating this.
The drop shot, not a favoured shot of Sharapova, so proves she is relaxed now. She can take a deep breath. She's won the first set.
Out. 13-15.
Justine lost the first set against Lindsay Davenport in the quarter-final, but then was able to turn it around. I think often sheer force of will with Justine, running a lot of balls down, getting in a position to be more aggressive. You don't get much more aggressive than that.
30.
That was only the second time Justine has been anywhere near the net. That may be something that she'll hopefully keep in mind the next couple of sets. Give Sharapova a different look at the court, make her produce.
Another incredible point.
14-13.
I was about to say the perfect point, and it basically was. Henanoni just missing there, clipping the net tape. Still a good strike. Important that she keeps going for those shots.
Justine working hard there to try and get that ball on the rise and the return. Get it back quickly. Well, I think we're going to be running out of superlatives pretty soon. This is just beautiful to watch. Saw a slice backhand and then that big topspin backhand from Justine. Then she gets the shorter ball and finishes off. Gets the opportunity to move inside the baseline. That forward momentum. the break point in this opening game of the second set. Oh, just missing that slice, drifting wide.
A slight miss, but I think that was Justine's only option. She was drawn close to the net, tried to fade it out.
Coach feeling every moment of this up in the stands.
Oh, he's living it.
Justine's been with Carlos Rodriguez for such a long time now, nearly 10 years. He really is like family to her.
Coach, mentor, father figure. It's probably one of the longest standing relationships on the tour. He's coached her for so many years, bringing her up through the junior ranks to number one. Not a bad job.
Gets the break of serve in the opening game of the second set.
And here we see a Sharapova backhand. It's a perfect display. We see the legs engaging right about now. The arms following suit. Notice she maintains eye contact right through impact with the ball. And very much the way the modern game has moved, hitting with open stances.
Well, what an amazing first game that was. Huge for Enna Arden to break there. Again, it's that sign of turning things around in a match. It's what she did against Lindsay, just trying to use her force of will, running everything down, and getting back some pretty amazing shots. Seeing some beautiful tennis out there from both women.
Low 15.
Enna Arden has had her battles over the last couple of years with injury and illness. Justine was the champion here in 2004 at the French Open that year. Was struck down by cytomegalovirus, CMV. Really debilitating sort of illness. Came back to win the gold medal in Athens 2004. That took it right out of her, and she really didn't do so well at the US Open and then had to have time off.
Low 13.
But she's fought her way back from that, now has to manage her schedule very carefully. Doesn't want to play too many weeks in a row and get too exhausted. That's what happened really last year at the French Open when she won that and then arrived at Wimbledon pretty spent and lost to Eleni Danilidou first round. Learned a lot from all of that.
Not a bad thing being in too many finals, though.
Can't complain. Well, she had a wonderful run at the start of last year. Well, in danger here of being broken straight back.
I think Henin had the opportunity to maybe move in an extra step or two. Of course, it's so physical out there. It's always tempting, or it is tempting in the when you do break, to maybe have a slight relaxed approach. You need to maintain focus.
Yes, that little let down after the effort of breaking serve. Sometimes not as strong on your next serve. It is just that in this case. Ardern being broken straight back. 1-1.
1 game over.
Maria Sharapova, such an amazing young woman, has never been to school. Mother didn't ever send her to kindergarten. And of course, she was at Bollettieri's from such a young age and has always studied via internet school. This week she's doing economics. A perfect play there from Justine.
Long 50.
Showing great finesse there. It's a pretty difficult shot to make from the service line. But just their explosive movement off her first step. Probably the most important in any sort of movement.
First service. Let's first service.
It's a clear pattern. Sharapova serving a lot into the Henin forehand, not just the forehand, but the body forehand often is an effective shot. I think players get very used to moving wide. They expect you to either serve wide to the forehand, the backhand, they're ready to reach. I think it's a surprise element that catches a lot of people out.
Well, Sharapova, a good thinker. I find it fascinating. Whenever she's asked for an opinion, she's always got something to say on a subject. She was asked generally about the world of tennis yesterday and didn't just fob the journalists off, but gave them a treatise on what should change and what shouldn't. trouble here. A couple of break points now. And Maria was saying she thought the season was way too long. Elaborated on that. And the surfaces and the balls are too inconsistent. There needs to be some sort of consistency, at least a run of tournaments with the same surface and the same heaviness of balls. And she also thinks that the WTA Tour, the ATP and the ITF should work together more. So not just an awfully good tennis player, not just a pretty face, but also a very smart, articulate young woman, Maria Sharapova.
I think that sounds an echo of what a lot of players believe.
Another break of serve. It's Enna Arden leading 2-1. Well, 3 breaks of serve to open this second set. See here whether Justine, number 8 seed, world number 6, can hang on here and change the trend.
And Maria clearly in no rush.
Quiet, please. Players are ready. Thank you. Love 15.
I'm told on the left of screen there next to Carlos Rodriguez is Christoph Villehol, who is apparently a life coach.
Looks like a lifesaver.
He does. He's helping Justine at the moment. That's what I like about Justine. She'll try all sorts of different things just to help improve herself and her game.
And there we have Justine opening the court out to Maria's forehand side, moving in quickly, redirecting her forehand to the open court. A very effective combination. When you can't make up your mind, go at the player. That's what I've always been taught.
Worked for Justine here. Now a couple of game points for her. And Arden holds serve, consolidates the break and leads 3-1.
Quiet, please. Could the celebrities on court 12 practicing for the new series of Dancing with the Stars please keep their noise to a minimum? The new series is coming. Time this February on 7.
Lots of good footwork out here today Anna Arden moving beautifully around the court. Both of these women positioning well for their shots. Now the heat on Sharapova. Down a break in this second set.
Maria let the ball drop there, but what she did do is she did get around the outside of the ball. You see Justine here moving Sharapova to the forehand side, left it late, but had enough racket head speed, enough curve on the ball.
What a recovery. Just great athleticism from Anna Arden on the run. Having the strength to produce that.
I think Sharapova thought she'd had it. Didn't expect the reply.
Winner. Amazing stuff from Sharapova.
13.
With extra pace on these shots.
That is quite unbelievable. I do know Maria does practice often as a warm-up with her left hand. She says it balances up her body.
Left hand very high up the grip of the racket. Sharapova, a semi-finalist here last year, losing to Serena Williams, the eventual champion, after having match points. Went down 8-6 in the third.
Well, not a bad thought, but it may have helped if Sharapova then followed that slice drop shot into the net. Would have meant she'd carried her momentum through the shot, given the ball a little bit more. After all, it isn't only what you do with your racket, but your feet also.
Justine.
Now that's pure class and pure strength from Justine. There's not too many people, men or women, that can hit a penetrating shot down the line from behind the baseline and follow it in for the volley.
First service.
Anna Ardern breaks again, races away to a 4-1 lead in this second set. Here is Yuri Sharapov, Maria's dad, getting pretty fired up, Alicia.
Well, it is a fine line from the sides. It's up to the umpire's discretion.
Please.
I do know that Maria received a code violation in one of our matches.
Now, do you need to get a warning first? The player gets a warning or a code violation first up if the umpire or supervisor sees a coach coaching from the side?
Well, it's up to the observers, the umpires, people on court. We need to remember that's all out of Maria's control. She doesn't have any control of what people yell out, what gestures they make.
Well, it may be out of her control, but she's the one who'll suffer if it is picked up.
I think tennis is one of the few sports that the player is responsible for a lot of people's actions. Both your coach, where the fans are yelling out inappropriate.
Comments like with Nathan Healy on an outside court.
Wow.
He couldn't help it that a few people had some drinks and had a go at his opponent.
It's just a very fine line.
Justine often looks up just to her coach, Carlos, just for some encouragement. That's what a lot of the players like, just to look up, that eye contact. Someone who they know is there in their corner. And Anna Ardern holds serve, races out to a 5-1 lead.
Next up, a semi-final with Muscle and Flair. Third seed, Emily Mauresmo, shapes up to second seed, Kim Clijsters. The winner booking a spot in the final.
And won't that be a fabulous match as well? Kim Clijsters, who's just gone back to #1 in the world, or will on Monday, by dint of getting through to the semis here against Emily Mauresmo, also been #1 in the world, and would dearly love to go further here and win her first Grand Slam title.
All former #1s, of course, playing the semi-finals here, the Australian Open.
Oh, this is just amazing, some of the shots that we're seeing out here today.
Oh, Henin just rifling that forehand down the line. Why not? Up 5-1.
Low 30.
Awesome power on those shots from Anna Ardern. Just adding a little more sting. Justine meeting the ball early. Mood of aggression out there.
And that ball on Maria's toes almost before Justine even hit that return. That's how quick it's coming back.
Same line of thought on that return.
Don't change a winning game, that's for sure.
30-40.
Better serve there from Sharapova to try and get herself in charge of the point. Save 2 set points, still facing one here. And there it is, the second set to Justine Henin-Ardenne. It's 1 set all in this first of the women's semis.
Well, here we see a backhand slice played to perfection by Justine Henin-Ardenne. Notice the weight transference from her left leg then onto her right. Now she allows her racket to straighten, her arm to straighten, but at no point does she let her wrist break. She uses her arm to come under the ball, throws her left arm back, and that's a shot we're seeing more often today here against Maria Sharapova.
Well, certainly beautiful to watch and very effective too in that second set. Henin-Ardenne really charging back. She got the better of the winners in that set. Unforced errors very even, but Justine really coming out with those winners in that second set. Break points also were pretty interesting.
A stat that wasn't on the screen, but Justine Henin-Ardenne winning 5 of 11, 45%, opposing Maria Sharapova 75%. So we see a clear difference there, but both women a set all.
So Justine just trying to stay warm because Maria Sharapova's just gone for a toilet break. I guess she's going to change her dress as well. She was sweating a lot. So we are at 1 set apiece.
Thank you.
Looking forward to this high quality match so far. Third set.
15-11.
I'd have to say, after that second set winning at 6-1, Henin-Ardenne certainly with the momentum. She did not want to leave the court. Wanted to keep straight on going out there. Maria in a fresh frock. Probably got quite a number of those blue dresses. Keep it going throughout the 2 weeks.
And when you've lost a set 6-1, not a bad idea to take a shirt change, get off the court, clear your mind, your thoughts. Just get away from what is catching your attention out there. Relax. Chance to walk down the corridors.
Oh, another body serve there from Justine.
13-15.
Oh, it's commonplace now. It's her stock standard serve against Sharapova. She has great range.
Let's first service.
Such an important game, this first one.
I think the error there, a result of him not moving directly to the ball. She moved from the centre of the court backwards.
Oh, one of the best points in the match, and there have been many.
Well, Henin, they're playing every shot in the book, literally. Getting Maria side to side. In the end, then Maria does like to hit a two-handed backhand slice with two hands. Much easier to step out there and stretch with the one. I think that'll probably be due to a bit of upper body strength.
Let's first service. Game in Arden.
Good work from Enna Arden holding on in that first game.
First game, final set.
And here are some of the highlights from that second set, which really was a sparkling one for Justine. 9 winners off her racket, only 3 from Maria. Really stepped things up.
Yeah, a lot of cold winners from Henin in the second set. She mixed the play up so well.
And that one just seemed to get more powerful as the set went on, more confident. And the Whiskers purple patch going to Justine for those winners, 9-3 in the second set. And now she's held serve in the opening game of the third. And we'll try and make an early move here. Really signalling her intentions, going after that second serve, putting a lot of pressure on Sharapova. Great depth and back so quickly.
Well, it's smart serving going into Henin's body. But what it's allowing Henin to do is she knows exactly the direction Sharapova's moving the ball in. She doesn't need to move. No guessing work involved. She can set up. Great work from Maria, thinking very well out there. Really caused some problems for Justine trying to get out of the way of that serve, let alone make the shot. I think Maria's dad would be as exhausted as she is after the match, certainly mentally and emotionally.
Game, Sharapova.
Sharapova holds 1-1.
One game all.
Both such hungry competitors. Sharapova fighting so hard in this last game. Turning around to look at the lines person.
Not much in that. I would have been ready to play it.
Love.
Uncharacteristic for Maria to make so many unforced errors on the trot. I think she's slightly thrown by Justine.
Go! 30-15.
And when she makes the errors, Maria usually regroups pretty quickly and doesn't let her opponent know too much, doesn't give too much away. Seen a few spectacular left-handed shots from Sharapova in this match already.
15.
That time a left-handed stroke does not work. Too tough. It's amazing how often she's doing that now.
Maybe arriving a step too late. Tiring slightly. And what's been impressive this entire match is both girls have had such great length on the ball. It's so difficult to maintain.
Game, Arden.
Arden holds serve, leads 2-1 in the decider.
Quiet, please.
Game's on serve in this third set.
15 long.
I think what we've seen out there today is these women going toe-to-toe, hitting some amazing shots. The intensity level's so high throughout. Very demanding match so far.
Well, a great off-forehand return there by Justine Henin-Ardenne. Sharapova's serve landing halfway up the service box.
I heard the umpire call 30 love, and it's not. It's actually 15 all. She anticipated it. Maria was there.
Oh, she was so early to that ball. I think Maria thought she had the point won. Great job getting to net, anticipating the first ball. But really you need to finish. Finish with authority. You can't take anything too lightly. Not against Justine.
$15.30.
And Karen, you're all right when the umpire mentioned the wrong score, but that just goes to show how much in the zone both girls are. They're blocking out everything, the crowd, the noise. They're even blocking out the score from the umpire.
Yeah, you're right. But then you think back to that tiebreak with Venus Williams and Carolina Sprem at Wimbledon, where a point got called the wrong way and it stood. Great confusion. Carlos Rodriguez for encouragement to Justine.
Let's first service.
Ace from Sharapova. Henin-Ardenne not too happy with the call, but it stands and games are 2-all. Well inside the line. We saw Carlos Rodriguez just a moment ago. Provided a lot of the stability in Henin-Ardenne's life. Estranged from her family at quite a young age. Her mother died when she was only a youngster. And the stability in Maria's life, of course, her father, who's ever present by her side and coaches her.
Love 15.
Justine also a lot happier when she married Pierre-Yves Ardenne in late 2002. A lot of security came into her life. Not coincidental that she had such a great year in 2003.
Let's first service.
Now, someone yelled out in the middle of that point, and at the end of the point, Anna Arden turned round to where...
As a courtesy to the post players, please remain quiet during the point. Thank you.
Indeed, but Justine turning around to where Yuri Sharapov is sitting, said something. He leapt up and looked behind him. So she felt the call came from that direction.
I'm not sure if Maria was looking to her father for support there, but a lot of players do. They find comfort in that.
A wonderful point, Sharapova. Anna Arden doing a great job to stay in it.
That is such a difficult shot. Maria let the ball drop. Got her racket beneath it, kept it heavy. Went for the line, managed it. Just goes to show you have small margins to work with playing against someone like Justine.
Earned herself a break point. Well, this is a treat for all the fans here at Rod Laver Arena. And for us and all of you watching at home, beautiful tennis.
It's just pure. Justine striking the ball in the middle of her strings at each and every opportunity in that point. She gets so much wrist snap on that ball.
Magnificent.
Well, the return came back with pace. Justine merely needing to guide it down the line. She opened up the court so well with her serve. Beautiful play.
This is torrid stuff, just so testing physically and mentally.
Oh, match time, 1 hour, 57 minutes.
Advantage, Sharapova.
Second break point chance for Maria in this game. So much tension out there.
Let's for service.
Well, what a point. You see the satisfaction on Justine's face.
No.
And Maria asking a question of Sandra Jienkin. Magnificent court coverage from Justine. And that is why Maria was asking the question, felt that the ball had missed over that far side of the court, top left of your screen. You don't want to see any bad calls in a match like this where every point is just so hard fought. Such a tense situation. Don't want to see those calls go the wrong way. They've each had a tough call or two.
I think what goes around comes around at the end of the day. It all ends up pretty fair.
Thank you.
Oh, what a struggle on serve for Justine. Third break point in this game.
She's been hammering the Sharapova forehand on the return.
The longer this game goes, and it's already gone quite a while, the more important it becomes. Psychological victory.
Advantage in Arden.
was a massive struggle, but Enna Arden holds serve and leads 3-2 in the third. Well, that last game, just such a huge battle for Enna Arden holding serve, but just a couple of games back, drama. In the middle of a point, this happened. Yuri Sharapov yelling out "Vamos" in the middle of the point. And at point's end, Justine turned around and had a word to him to say, and he pretended that it was someone behind him. Security guard came down and sat in that aisle. All sorts of fun and games going on out there.
15-11.
Well, Yuri's actions were blatant. They were disrupting play. In my book, that's not allowed. I believe that's cheating. Someone needs to be penalised for that.
The problem is, I think those sorts of actions also will put a lot of pressure on Maria. She said she's not in control of them when she's out on court fighting her heart out.
Well, it's Sharapova and Hen and Harden that are entered into the tournament. Let them play. Coaches, parents, let them get on with business.
Oh, what an amazing backhand to finish the point.
30-50.
Good depth second serve.
More emotion, more commands as the match goes on.
Does a great job of getting herself composed.
Very deliberate.
Is some of the best tennis you will ever see. It's dramatic. The tennis is just of such a high quality.
Justine covered every single corner in this court during that point. Very, very close call there.
Ooh. Clipping the line, in fact. Players would be wishing they had Hawkeye officiating in and that they could be having a few challenges in this match. Maybe next year.
Well, great finish by Henin there, but I think Karen, enough disruption in play at the minute. Not sure there's room for Hawkeye just yet. Certainly not instant replays.
It's so quick though at Hopman Cup. Now, break point for Justine. The break of serve, she leads 4-2.
Tonight, the merry men of Greek gospel return as their Cypriot superman, Markos Bagdatis, plays David Nalbandian for a spot in the final.
And Bagdatis, what a great story he is. His face just shines and lights up Rod Laver Arena and his game. And next up after this match, of course, the other women's semi-final, which promises to be a beauty also. Kim Clijsters against Amelie Mauresmo. But you've got to say that this is going to be a very hard act to follow.
Well, on and off the court, but the girls are going hammer and tongs out here. I think we've seen both women at their best. It's been a fine display.
And just a bit of spice when you've got Dad involved from up in the stands. Yuri keeping quiet at the moment.
Very tight-lipped.
Sharapova thought that ball was long. No, wishful thinking. Awesome play, Anna Arden. Just stepping up and grabbing this match on the scruff of the neck. 143 Ks this winner's hit at.
All due to her early preparation.
She holds serve, leads 5-2 in the decider.
Base.
We're so far off court. We see Henin there. Difficult to know which way to hit it. She went for a blinding win across court. credit to Maria. She is remaining incredibly composed out there. Down 5-2, it's very easy to lose your nerve, get distracted, get discouraged. She's bouncing on her feet, taking her time, very deliberate.
Great job, Sharapova. You're right, you wouldn't know looking at Maria if she was winning or losing this match. You'd almost put your money on saying, well, she looks like she's in a winning position. Good body language, good focus. She'll fight for each point. Sharapova holds serve, stays in this match. Now Enna Arden will serve for a place in the final.
5 games to 3.
Justine was the 2004 champion. Had to miss last year, miss her chance to defend the title because of a stress fracture in her right leg.
No doubt a few butterflies right now. But Justine's done this many times. Served for a lot of finals. She knows the routine.
4-time Grand Slam champion. You're right about the butterflies.
I think that's normal. Nervousness, butterflies, that is normal. It's part of tennis, it's part of every sport.
I think sometimes people forget that they're human beings out there on court, not robots, and expect so much of tennis players to play, the top players to be in their best form every time they go out on court, never to have a bad day. At least to have had a super day today. Definitely some tension at Justine's end of the court right now.
Well, that point will allow Justine to settle slightly. She has the upper hand here. She's serving. Maria's the one returning. She needs to remain positive, clear in her thoughts. Sharapova taking the safer option there. Returning the ball back down the middle of the court, surprising Justine. Break point Sharapova.
And Maria has broken back. Enna Arden, 5-4 in the third.
Next up, a semi-final with Muscle and Flair. Third seed, Emily Mauresmo, shapes up to second seed, Kim Clijsters. The winner booking a spot in the final.
Yeah, Mauresmo Clijsters looking forward to that one, but still plenty more life left in this match. Sharapova has got things back on serve in this final set. Quite a momentum shift with Justine just tightening up a little when she was serving for this match. Maria will come back and grab any little opportunity she's given.
Well, she's hitting out, no doubt about that.
A little opening here for Enna Arden. Her coach Carlos Rodriguez pretty keen up there. Living every second of this match. And that last point, Maria getting the shriek going. After 2 hours and 25 minutes, Enna Arden arrives at match point. One of the best tennis matches you will ever see. Just a superb performance from both women. Justine Enna Arden holding her nerve at the end.
And why not finish the match with your signature shot? I think today the key point was that Justine was able to convert.
Maria quick to leave the court upset, but what a fantastic contest it was. She fought so hard, came close to getting right back into it in that third set, but Enna Arden, she is just so tough.
Well, like I said, Karen, she's worked her way into this event. She's bringing out her best tennis now. There's only one match to go, and no doubt she can still step it up 1 or 2 more gears. But she'd have to be pretty satisfied with today's win.
I think she'll be feeling very, very happy right now, very relieved. She's worked very hard out there today, ran so many balls down, hit an abundance of spectacular winners. And a 3-set winner. She goes over now to speak with Adam Peacock.
Justine, is it fair to say you two brought out the best in each other?
I think we played a great match. It's been very intense physically, especially in the first set and at the end of the match. But I'm very happy the way I played, very happy to be again in the final here. It's been a great atmosphere. Thank you so much.
How do you improve on something like that? Is there improvement left?
I think that, now I'll have to recover physically because it's been very, very hard. Maria, she played a great match and I had to be 100% on each point. So now it's going to be time for rest for me before the big day on Saturday.
Do you watch the next match or do you just leave that up for the coach?
I think that my coach is going to watch that. I have many things to do after now, the press, and everything. So, no, I think that I just need to stay focused on myself and try to give my best on Saturday evening.
Well done. See you then.
Thank you very much. Thank you.